They've been called warriors in Renaissance costumes, guardians of secrets older than America itself. And when Donald Trump was briefed on who protects the Pope, even he was stunned. Behind the colorful outfits and polite smiles lies something very few outsiders ever get to see. A secret army that's sworn to die before letting harm touch the Pope. And that oath? It's not symbolic. Every year on May 6th, new Swiss Guard recruits raise their right hand and swear a blood oath to defend the Pope, even to their death. This isn't just a ceremony. Back in 1527, 147 of them defended Pope Clement VII during the brutal sack of Rome. Only 42 survived. Modern recruits describe this moment as a complete transformation. Spiritual, personal, and irreversible. They know what they're signing up for. Imagine swearing to sacrifice your life, not for your country, but for one man. But it's not just the oath that turns heads, it's the uniform. You've probably seen them. Bold stripes of blue, yellow, and red. Many assume they're just decorative. But here's the shocker. Those uniforms were designed by Michelangelo himself. Each one has 154 individual pieces and costs more than $8,000 to make. The color choices? They're symbolic. And while they might look like something out of a museum, these are designed for combat. Strategically layered, they hide weapons and even protect major arteries. It's medieval fashion with a lethal twist. But what sets the Pope's guards apart, and what left Trump reportedly speechless, is what happens behind closed doors. These aren't ceremonial puppets. They're trained by none other than the Swiss Special Forces. We're talking counterterrorism tactics, riot control, hostage shielding, all taught to the highest standard. And their mindset? It's chilling. Ensure the Pope survives, even if we don't. These men are taught to stand as human shields in the most dangerous scenarios imaginable. It's not just loyalty, it's ready to act on it instantly. They look like relics from a Renaissance painting, but every detail, from their ancient oath to their battle-ready uniforms and elite training, is engineered for one purpose: to protect the most powerful religious leader on Earth. And guess what? This is just the beginning. Next, we're diving even deeper, because you won't believe what kind of weapons they hide, how their lives are locked down behind Vatican walls, and the covert missions they run in secret. So, what shocked you the most? The oath, the gear, or the training? Trust me, it only gets crazier from here. At first glance, they seem ornamental, just part of the Vatican's visual tradition. But once you peel back the curtain, it becomes clear. This is one of the most elite and secretive protective units on the planet. And the deeper you dig, the more unbelievable it gets. Becoming one of these guards? It's not just about being Swiss and Catholic. You've got to be male, unmarried, and between 19 and 30 years old. Height? Minimum 5 feet 8 inches. And the vetting process is insane. Not only do they check your criminal record and military background, they interview your ex-girlfriends, teachers, and even childhood neighbors. The goal? To make sure you're morally, mentally, and emotionally bulletproof. Only about 35 recruits are accepted each year. That's more exclusive than Navy SEALs. Think about that. And once you make it in, your life changes completely. Guards live in the barracks under a strict monastic-style routine. Wake-up call, 5:30 a.m., days off, just 20 vacation days a year. And don't even think about having friends over. No visitors are allowed inside their quarters. Want to scroll Instagram? Good luck, all social media is monitored, and tech use is tightly restricted. These guys live like silent warriors, completely cut off from the distractions most people can't go an hour without. Discipline isn't just expected, it's enforced. Meals are eaten together in silence, uniforms must be spotless at all times, and drills are conducted daily. They study languages, Vatican protocol, and even emergency medical training. Every guard is expected to memorize the faces of top church officials and visiting dignitaries. Even their body language is trained to convey calm authority. This isn't just a job, it's a total transformation. turning young Swiss men into living symbols of loyalty, sacrifice, and unshakable discipline. Now here's where things take a wild turn. You've seen the halberds. They look like props from a medieval play. But underneath the classic look, they're armed to the teeth. Hidden under their uniforms are Sig Sauer pistols and MP7 submachine guns. These weapons are fully functional and ready for instant action. But it doesn't stop there. The Vatican has gone high-tech. We're talking over 200 surveillance cameras, facial recognition software, anti-drone technology, and a full-blown command center that rivals any modern intelligence agency. If you think the Pope is just walking around with a few guards and prayers, think again. What looks like a slow-moving ceremonial force is a high-alert, battle-ready unit with discipline that rivals the world's most elite militaries. They live like monks, train like soldiers, and carry the weight of centuries of tradition on their shoulders. Every move they make is strategic. The halberds aren't just for show. They're designed to conceal and deflect, with certain parts reinforced to block blades or even bullets in close combat. Their colorful uniforms might scream pageantry, but underneath that flair is cold, calculated readiness. The Vatican takes no chances in an age of cyber warfare and modern terrorism. These guards are trained to respond instantly, with real-time threat detection happening 24/7. They've evolved from medieval bodyguards to digital-age defenders. So while tourists may snap selfies beside them, those silent sentinels are quietly scanning every face, every movement, ready to spring into action with deadly precision the moment danger strikes. So next time you see one of these guards, don't be fooled by the feathers and frills. They're part of something way deeper, way more powerful, and way more secret than most people will ever realize. And we're not done yet. In the next part, we'll uncover how these warriors respond in actual emergencies, and the hidden missions no one talks about. Hit that subscribe button and get ready, because it only gets more intense from here. You might think the Vatican's security detail has always been a symbolic, ceremonial group. But history tells a far more brutal story. One of sacrifice, strategy, and survival. Let's rewind to May 6, 1527. Rome is under siege. 20,000 troops from the Holy Roman Empire stormed the city in a violent, chaotic ambush. Outnumbered and outgunned, the Swiss Guard didn't hesitate. 147 of them formed a wall of bodies, holding the attackers at bay long enough for Pope Clement VII to escape through a secret tunnel. Nearly the entire guard was wiped out that day. Their sacrifice wasn't just heroic, it was foundational. Every year on May 6th, recruits swear their blood oath on this exact date to honor those martyrs. It's not just a job, it's a legacy of life and death. But the Guard isn't just active inside Vatican walls. They've evolved, and now operate far beyond what the public ever sees. When the Pope travels abroad, it's not just a holy visit, it's a coordinated, covert operation. Plainclothes guards are sent ahead of him, days in advance. They scout hotels, inspect event venues, assess escape routes, and blend in like any other diplomat or journalist. These men are multilingual, highly trained in diplomacy, and, if needed, deadly. From a handshake in Tokyo to a sermon in Nairobi, the Swiss Guard is silently running a tight detail in the background, ready to act if anything seems off. And let's not forget the digital war being fought behind Vatican doors. The Swiss Guard is tied into one of the most unique intelligence networks in the world, thanks to the Vatican's diplomatic presence in 183 countries. That gives them unprecedented access to local intel, political climates, and cyber chatter. Their in-house cybersecurity unit monitors real-time threats. Everything from attempted Vatican hacks to extremist chatter on social media. When you're guarding a global religious figure who's both loved and targeted, you need more than helmets and halberds. You need an entire digital fortress, and they've got one. So, how do you evolve a 500-year-old army without breaking its tradition? That's been the Swiss Guard's biggest challenge. In 2018, the Vatican launched a $60 million upgrade project, complete with state-of-the-art barracks, biometric security systems, and smarter tech integration. But it's not just about better buildings. Recruitment is changing too. They're now partnering with universities, adding language training in Mandarin and Arabic, and seeking new candidates who can operate in modern, multicultural environments. The mission remains the same: protect the Pope at all costs, but the enemies and methods have changed. Drones, hackers, lone wolves, and the Guard is adapting fast. The Swiss Guard is no relic. It's a fusion of deep-rooted faith, ancient valor, and cutting-edge readiness. A force few ever truly understand, until they try to threaten the man in white. If this blew your mind, just wait. There's so much more beneath the Vatican's surface. Hit that like button, subscribe for more untold stories, and drop a comment with what shocked you the most. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most powerful forces are the ones you never see coming.